Explore Vietnam, the most bizarre country in Asia, where women are beautiful and open-minded. Vietnam is a country where just stepping outside you can feel the wonders. Have you ever crossed a bridge held up by giant hands or tried snake-infused liquor? Here, you'll discover all kinds of unusual delicacies like porcupine meat, fertilized duck eggs, or even rat, turtle, and crocodile meat. Vietnam is also home to the curious custom of wife snatching. Imagine wandering through a maze of narrow streets, the scent of spices lingering in the air, accompanied by the sight of beautiful Vietnamese women with long black hair who are exceptionally open and friendly. Come explore Vietnam, the Asian country known for having the most beautiful women. Number 18. Exotic meats. Vietnamese people are famous for unique and controversial specialties such as fertilized duck eggs, dog meat, and others like crocodile, turtle, rat, or porcupine. Locals even have farms dedicated to raising these animals for meat, making these quite expensive. Despite its prickly appearance, porcupine is a highly sought-after dish. Once the quills are removed, its rough skin might seem unappealing, but the meat is sweet and flavorful. Farmed porcupine is expensive and hard to find. In addition, animal blood pudding is common in northern Vietnam. This delicacy, made from fresh duck or pig's blood mixed with fish sauce to prevent clotting and combined with finely chopped meat and herbs, has a pudding-like consistency. It's often garnished with crushed peanuts and fresh Vietnamese herbs. Fried crickets are another popular snack to enjoy with beer. In cricket farms in Diet, thousands of tiny crickets are kept in egg crates. Once fried, crickets have an unexpectedly meaty flavor, and if you can get past the initial squeamishness, they're quite tasty. Number 17. Wife snatching. Wife snatching has long been a unique marriage tradition among the Hmong people in Vietnam. A young man finds a girl he likes and snatches her to make her his wife. This custom can be seen as an escape for those who are too poor to afford a formal wedding dowry, reflecting the Hmong people's freedom in choosing a spouse. If a couple is in love but lacks money or parental approval, they'll plan for the boy to perform a wife-snatching ritual on the agreed day. The young man, accompanied by friends, takes the girl back to his house at night. According to tradition, once a girl has entered the boy's home, her spirit is tied to his household, making it difficult for her to return. 3 days later, the boy's family officially informs the girl's family and requests to formalize the wedding, setting a date and negotiating the bride price. According to the traditions of the Hmong people, the wife-pulling ceremony is an essential step before marriage. The Hmong practice wife snatching when the couple has already fallen in love and agreed to marry. This custom typically takes place in early spring. In Hmong culture, wife snatching and wife pulling are seen as beautiful traditions, not only as part of their wedding rituals but also as a form of honoring and validating the woman's worth. A woman who is pulled to become a wife is viewed as valuable, which is why many women feel proud of being chosen for the men. Once they decide to pull a wife, they must assume responsibility for her as part of their marriage commitment. What do you think about this custom? Share your thoughts. Number 16. Vietnamese conical hats as a symbol. The Vietnamese conical hat, a symbol of Vietnam, is not just a simple hat, but carries significant cultural and historical value. Typically made from palm or coconut leaves, its elegant design reflects the creativity and craftsmanship of the local people. The Vietnamese conical hat isn't just for shade or rain protection, it's a symbol of grace and femininity, often paired with the traditional áo dai. While it's commonly associated with Vietnam, few know that conical hats have been worn in various parts of Southeast Asia for over 3,000 years. Beyond tradition, the Vietnamese conical hats embody resilience. When exploring Vietnam's peaceful countryside, you'll see women carrying baskets of fruit and food, showcasing the essence of Vietnam's vibrant street food culture. Number 15. Always haggle. When shopping, the haggling culture in Vietnam is utterly wild. Everyone negotiates for a lower price when buying something, and locals will try to earn a higher profit if you don't know the pricing and can't haggle down. If you've never haggled before, you'll quickly realize that some people even negotiate prices down to a third of the listed price. After that, you'll start wondering why and what you can do to get the same price. Haggling isn't difficult, as sellers ultimately want to make a sale. Some tourists don't negotiate and later complain about being overcharged. Even after bargaining, you might still pay a bit more than the locals, but that's acceptable. So what can you do to negotiate a price and buy something you like at a market? First, never show how much you want something. The sellers will notice that right away. Stay calm and start with an offer at 30% of the asking price, eventually settling around 50%. Did you know that agriculture not only sustains the economy but also preserves the culture of this nation? Vietnam has one of the most dynamic economies in Southeast Asia, with agriculture and tourism being key drivers. The lush green rice fields provide food and income for millions of people. Rice is not only a staple but also a national symbol, forming the heart of traditional meals. Vietnam is also a major exporter of coffee, tea, fruit, vegetables, and seafood. Agriculture is the lifeblood of many rural areas. Vietnam is the second largest exporter of coffee in the world. Perhaps because of this, the coffee drinking culture in the country is distinct from the rest of the world. In many places, coffee is brewed using a strong, high-quality filter. The most famous variety is civet coffee, which may sound unpleasant but is made from beans that have passed through the digestive system of a weasel. Weasels eat coffee berries instinctively, picking the ripest and best ones. The beans are digested and then excreted intact, later processed with a uniquely rich and bold flavor. After drying and cleaning, the beans are roasted to create the world's finest and most expensive coffee. 100 grams can cost up to hundreds of dollars, though on farms, tourists can try a cup for just a few dollars. Despite its unusual origin, weasel coffee has a rich vanilla aroma and a sweet aftertaste. Have you tried this coffee before? Share your thoughts. Number 13. The culture of smoking pipe tobacco. In northern Vietnam, you'll often see a large bamboo pipe known as a farmer's pipe, a traditional Vietnamese pipe resembling a plow, being passed around after meals. Street food stalls, especially in Hanoi, often provide a communal traditional Vietnamese pipe for customers to take a puff after dining. Pipe tobacco is a strong tobacco made from Neosi rustica, which has a much higher nicotine concentration than regular cigarettes. The inside of a traditional Vietnamese pipe contains a very strong type of tobacco that can make even the heaviest regular cigarette smokers feel dizzy, experience a rapid heartbeat, and have trembling hands. This tobacco is known as pipe tobacco, made from tobacco leaves and characterized by a spicy flavor and a higher nicotine content compared to regular cigarettes. The traditional Vietnamese pipe has a long, hollow body to hold the pipe tobacco, and the mouthpiece is often made from buffalo horn or wood. The smoker lights the tip of the pipe and inhales deeply. The high nicotine content combined with a large volume of smoke can cause newcomers to smoking to feel nauseous. Number 12. The pajama fashion trend. There's nothing more comfortable than wearing pajamas in Vietnam, especially among rural women. It's common to wear pajama sets to the fields or while running errands. These outfits range from floral blouses paired with shorts to brightly colored long-sleeved button-ups with wide pants. Due to Vietnam's hot climate, these sleepwear sets are made from lightweight, breathable fabrics, which is why many prefer wearing them not just at home but also when going out or selling goods. The second reason pajamas are widely accepted in public is that although they're technically designed for sleeping, they resemble modest, fully covering outfits like long-sleeve shirts and pants. Logically speaking, wearing pajamas outside is neither revealing nor inappropriate. Therefore, aside from not dressing properly, people can still wear pajamas in public. So, the next time you see many female street vendors dressed in this style along the road, don't be too surprised. At first, this style may seem odd, but soon enough, you'll find yourself envious of the practicality and comfort it offers. Maybe even buying a set for yourself. What do you think about this trend? Share your opinion. Number 11. The cheapest beer in the world. Draft beer is a unique part of Vietnam's beer culture. It's a fresh, unpasteurized beer that must be consumed within 48 hours of brewing. This daily brewed beer is affordable and widely available, making it a staple at social gatherings and festivals. It has the most vibrant and rich flavor within the first 36 hours, offering a truly refreshing experience. Over time, the beer develops a distinctive sour taste, adding to its unique character. The quick spoilage and evolving flavor make draft beer an appealing and cherished part of Vietnam's culture. Another interesting fact about Vietnam is that, instead of going straight home after work, people often gather with friends or colleagues for a beer to unwind and relax after a long day. Number 10. Famous caves. Sun Dum Cave in Phong Nha Ke Bang National Park, Quang Binh Province is the largest cave in the world, standing at 200 meters tall, 150 meters wide, and stretching over 9 kilometers. It's vast enough to fit a 40-story skyscraper inside. This extraordinary natural wonder has its own ecosystem, including an underground forest and a river. The cave features massive stalagmites towering over 80 meters high, resembling ancient stone pillars. Discovered in 1991 and surveyed in 2009, parts of Sun Dum Cave remain unexplored, adding to its mystery and sense of adventure. In addition, Paradise Cave is also renowned for its size and beauty, stretching over 31 kilometers. It is the longest cave in Vietnam and one of the largest in Asia. This vast, uncharted underground world looks like a natural art gallery, with towering stalagmites and stalactites that resemble mythical creatures and sculptures formed over millions of years. Local men discovered the cave in 2005, and it was later opened to the public with careful additions of wooden stairways and walkways to preserve its beauty. Paradise Cave also boasts a unique ecosystem, home to rare species, some of which are found only in this dark, humid environment, showcasing nature's adaptability and resilience. Number 9. The popularity of the Nguyen surname. The surname Nguyen holds the title of the fourth most common surname in the world, and in Vietnam, it dominates as the most popular, belonging to over 36 million individuals. This staggering number accounts for nearly 40% of all Vietnamese surnames. As a result, it's customary in Vietnam to call people by their first names, rather than their surnames. Not only in Vietnam but also in Korea and China can the Nguyen surname be found, so it's no surprise that you often hear your friends or acquaintances with the surname Nguyen. Number 8. Many fascinating tourist attractions. Vietnam's capital, Hanoi, is a historic city in the north with over 1,000 years of history, having been established in the 10th century as the capital of the Dao Viet Kingdom. The city has played a crucial role in the country's history and politics, witnessing many invasions, dynastic changes, and other significant historical events. Vietnam is a country filled with captivating places that attract tourists from all over the world. Have you ever wondered what it feels like to stand in front of natural and man-made wonders where ancient heritage blends harmoniously with modern creations? One of the most prominent destinations is Ha Long Bay, a UNESCO World Heritage Site famous for its breathtaking beauty, with limestone formations rising dramatically from emerald waters, with thousands of islands and islets, each unique in its charm. It's no wonder Ha Long Bay is a favorite among global travelers. In central Vietnam, you'll find Da Nang, home to the impressive Dragon Bridge, a stunning piece of architecture that lights up beautifully at night, spanning the Han River and offering spectacular shows. Not far from there, on the Ba Na Hills, the famous Golden Bridge, designed to look like giant hands holding up a walkway, offers a unique and majestic view of the landscape. A trip to Vietnam would not be complete without visiting the ancient town of Hoi An, another UNESCO World Heritage Site. This charming town is renowned for its well-preserved architecture, colorful lanterns, and cultural fusion of Chinese, Japanese, and European influences. Walking through the narrow streets of Hoi An feels like stepping back in time, surrounded by centuries-old buildings. Vietnam's culinary tourism is booming, with vibrant cities, peaceful countryside, and beautiful coastlines attracting more and more visitors. Whether you're walking the bustling streets of Hanoi or enjoying a tranquil rice cake, Vietnam promises a diverse and captivating experience. Have you explored this country yet? Feel free to share your thoughts. Number 7. Dragons everywhere. As you walk through Vietnam's busy streets, one thing that stands out is the image of dragons everywhere, from intricate statues to the half-kilometer-long Dragon Bridge. According to ancient legend, the Vietnamese people are believed to be descendants of the Dragon Lac Long Quan in the FIO company. The dragon symbol in Vietnamese culture represents not just a mythical creature, but also strength, power, nobility, and good fortune. In Vietnamese mythology, dragons are considered guardians of the skies and masters of the waters, bringing prosperity and protection to the land. This reverence for dragons is deeply ingrained in the lives of the Vietnamese. For them, dragons bring rain, essential for agriculture. The Vietnamese dragon represents the yang, positive energy in the yin-yang balance, symbolizing the universe, life, existence, and growth. Dragons also play a vital role in the country's major festivals, such as Lunar New Year and the Dragon Boat Festival. During these vibrant celebrations, you'll witness dragon dances where skilled performers manipulate massive dragon figures, executing graceful movements and acrobatics. These performances are not just for entertainment. Vietnamese people believe they bring good luck and prosperity for the coming year. Number 6. People eat dog meat. Vietnam is a land rich in traditions and unique culinary experiences. One of the more unusual dishes you may encounter is dog meat. While it may come as a surprise to some, dog meat is not a daily staple for most Vietnamese people. In reality, the consumption of dog meat is more common in certain regions and tied to long-standing cultural traditions. For some communities, dog meat is considered a delicacy with supposed health benefits, and there is a belief that it possesses healing properties. While this might be shocking to many visitors, it offers a deep insight into Vietnam's diverse culture. Number 5. Snake wine. During your cultural exploration of Vietnam, you cannot miss the intriguing experience of snake wine. In local markets or bars, you might come across a bottle of wine with a whole snake submerged inside. Made from rice or grain alcohol, snake wine carries distinct flavors and a deep sense of cultural heritage. Snake wine is more than just a drink. It is a medicinal liquor with the snake's body steeped in high-proof rice wine. The snakes used are often venomous, and the drink is believed to cure various ailments. Snake wine is an essential part of Vietnamese folklore and culture. There's also snake blood wine, where a venomous snake such as a cobra is killed on the spot and its blood is mixed with rice wine for immediate consumption. Locals believe this drink promotes health and vitality, a practice based on tradition in Vietnamese and Chinese medicine. Local people often invite tourists to try a sip of snake wine as a gesture of hospitality. This is not just a tasting experience, but an opportunity to delve deeper into the culture and traditions of this land. Would you dare to try snake wine? Feel free to comment below. Number 4. Dressing like ninjas. On the streets of Vietnam, women often wear full body coverings, commonly referred to as ninja burqas or street ninjas. These outfits consist of long-sleeved jackets, gloves, masks, and sunglasses. They are not just a fashion choice but a practical way to protect themselves from the harsh sun in areas with high UV levels. This type of clothing provides far better skin protection than sunscreen, which is less commonly used. The preference for pale skin in Vietnam stems from its agricultural past and the influence of both colonialism and East Asian beauty standards, where pale skin symbolizes higher social status, while darker skin is associated with outdoor labor. This cultural value remains strong, leading many women to cover up from the sun. Besides sun protection, these layers also shield them from pollution and dust, especially for those riding motorcycles, the most common mode of transport in Vietnam. The term ninja reflects the head-to-toe coverage style, which is sometimes humorously mocked through memes. Despite the jokes, this style serves a practical purpose, particularly in today's climate-changing world. What do you think about this fashion? Feel free to share your thoughts. Number 3. The three-legged toad. Another fascinating cultural symbol in Vietnam is the three-legged toad, known as the Jin Shan or money toad. This mythical creature, rooted in Chinese folklore, is considered a symbol of prosperity and wealth. The toad is often depicted sitting on a pile of coins, with another coin in its mouth, representing financial success. Many Vietnamese business owners keep toad statues in their shops and homes, believing they bring good fortune and enhance prosperity. However, this practice is not exclusive to Vietnam. Similar traditions exist in other parts of East Asia. What's unique is how Vietnamese entrepreneurs blend this belief with other spiritual customs, such as making offerings to local gods for blessings. The combination of ancient folklore and modern business values creates a distinctive aspect of Vietnamese spiritual life. If you're interested in learning more about how Vietnamese traditions influence daily life and business, stay tuned to discover more about this wonderful country. Number 2. Burning joss paper. Another distinctive practice is burning paper replicas of luxury goods, such as smartphones and expensive items. This ritual is tied to ancestor worship, and is rooted in the tradition of burning gold and silver paper, which has now expanded to include modern items. Vietnamese people believe that burning these symbolic offerings sends them to their ancestors in the afterlife, reflecting the belief that life after death mirrors the earthly world. Vietnam's cultural traditions influence not only daily life but also the business sphere. For example, Burning joss paper replicas of iPhones and other luxury goods is a fascinating part of ancestor worship culture. This ritual began with the burning of gold and silver paper but has evolved to include modern items like smartphones, cars, and credit cards. Vietnamese people believe that burning these objects sends them to their ancestors in the afterlife, reinforcing the idea that life after death is closely connected to the present world. Number 1. Nap culture in Vietnam. While napping might be considered unusual or a sign of laziness in some countries, it's a common practice in Vietnam. For newcomers, it can be surprising to see colleagues bring blankets and pillows and nap on the office floor during lunchtime. Offices that are usually bustling become quiet for about 20 minutes after lunch as people take a brief nap, either slumped over their desks or sprawled out on the floor. However, Vietnam isn't the only country with this tradition. Napping is common in many hot climates around the world, even in southern European countries like Spain and Italy. In these countries, working hours are often structured around the hottest part of the day. Traditionally, Spaniards work from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m., take a 2-hour lunch break, and return to work from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. In fact, naps are very beneficial for health. According to the New York Times, a 2007 study by researchers at Harvard University's School of Public Health found that those who took regular 30-minute naps had a 37% lower risk of dying from heart disease over 6 years, compared to those who never napped. Some studies also suggest that the rate of heart disease among adults in the Mediterranean is lower than that of Americans and Northern Europeans, partly due to the potential benefits of napping. Sleep at any time of day acts as a pressure valve, releasing the stress of daily life. So, there you have it, the 18 most fascinating and strange things about Vietnam. What are your thoughts on Vietnam? Have you visited to experience it yourself? Feel free to comment and share your experiences. Thank you for watching our video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to stay updated with our latest content. See you in the next video.